whispers of impending chaos grow louder with each passing day. I found an article entitled, "The stage is being set for the greatest period of chaos in U.S. history," and it unveils a strange tapestry of unsettling events converging upon our reality as the boundaries between order and disorder blur. Prepare yourself to confront the unsettling truths that lie just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Quote, "If chaos is what they intended, everything is coming together beautifully. Major wars threaten to throw the entire planet into a state of turmoil. Criminals are running wild in our streets, and in a little over a month, the outcome of the presidential election is likely to cause an unprecedented explosion of anger. If all of this wasn't bad enough, our politicians have been allowing millions of desperate people to come pouring over our wide open borders. Some of these new arrivals belong to international criminal gangs, and members of these gangs are being arrested for violent acts, theft, drug dealing, and trafficking all over America. Other new arrivals belong to terror groups in the Middle East, and you would think that this would be a major national security concern. Have also been crossing the border illegally, as have very large numbers of military-aged Chinese men. The stage is being set for the greatest period of chaos in U.S. history, and this should deeply alarm all of us. Since Joe Biden has been in the White House, we have witnessed a spike in migration that is absolutely unprecedented in our history. Millions of people have been allowed in, and once they get into this country, they can go wherever they want. Most of them have come in through the southern border. But what most people don't realize is that migration over the northern border is also wildly out of control.
It says amassing massive unpayable national debt and other methods, such as unfettered immigration.
There you go.
What's unfettered mean? Unfettered mean unvetted, not checked. Ain't that the major problem right now? Everybody's saying, well, all these migrants coming in unvetted. The word unfettered means unvetted. They just coming in. Right. They're not checking them. Right. None of that. Yeah. So hold on. See, bro, thank you, how about you on shot every day that. See, it is during the whole pressure, the peer pressure of taking the JAB. Nobody did it. I mean, I'm sorry, none of us did it. But majority of people did it. Now, all these unvetted motherfuckers is coming in. Right. Not even, they ain't asking for no jab cards and none of that. Right. So they pulled a fast one on you fucking American people, bro. Right. They pulled a fast one, okie doke, man, on you damn American people. And all these people just coming in unvetted, no medical records or nothing. So that, something crazy is about to happen, bro. The method is mad right now.
Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that are due to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shalom Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever you may be. This is a lesson through the spirit.
Wars threaten to throw
beloved brother, I'm Aman Gabar from the main camp. Uploaded a video maybe, 2 days ago. It says something crazy is about to happen regarding the chaos, the orchestrated chaos, I will say, because we know that since Title 42 expired last year, and in fact, they were letting people across the border for decades, all right? They estimated to have like damn near 50 million migrants over in this society, and it just wasn't over a year, okay? This was over a course of different administrations, from the Obama administration to the Clinton administration to this Biden administration, and they've been letting people over here for some time. All right, they didn't just flood all these people over here just a year ago. No, that's cap. They've been letting people over here because they knew at a point in time that there was going to be what you call chaos in Babylon the Great, okay? Which Babylon the Great, aka America, is getting ready to be purged. They got everybody on edge about this coming election, which I'm going to say it again, presidents are selected, not elected. But everybody is on edge about this whole presidential shit and how they feel like Donald Trump or Kamala is going to be the one that bring the unity back. But the damage has already been done, okay? The economy is not going to recover. The housing market, which part of the economy is not going to recover the job sectors, outsourcing jobs to different countries. This shit is through, and they're inflating or kicking the can down the road because what they want to do is get rid of the U.S. dollar. But when you pay attention to what's happening in the world, you got basically the world is at war. Okay, you got China and Taiwan, North Korea, South Korea, Israel, Iran, Russia, Ukraine, and in the midst of everything, America is pretty much in the center of all this shit, man. And like the Israelis or Netanyahu, who was basically telling Biden and the American or the Biden administration, like, look, man, you better go ahead and take a side, because regardless of it, if you don't take a side, you're still going to be held accountable for everything that's done in the world. So basically, Israel threw America under the bus, because we know all things happen in the world due to America. It's really the small hats that's pulling the strings, but America's the puppet. Okay, they're the firepower behind this chaos in the world. They're the military fashion behind it. So they use America, Babylon the Great, to do their war bidding, So now he like, look, you're gonna have to take a side. And we know, according to the scriptures, it's gonna be a war versus the East versus the West. And sooner than later, this particular whore is gonna be left alone to fend for herself, So things are getting ready to happen. It's already happening. They're talking about what was that? Damn it, I lost my train of thought. But basically, long story short, it's a wrap, man. All right, and like the brother was saying, they said prior or soon thereafter the election, things are gonna start to transpire. Now they're talking about the results of the election may not go into account until 4 days later, but that's the first time, well, mainly the second time I've heard them doing something like that. I know back in 2020, I don't think they announced the winners right away, if I'm not mistaken. And they've probably done it before in the past, but why they waiting now to declare a winner 4 days later due to Pennsylvania or some particular state? They want to be the oddball, where reality of it is just count the votes, tally up the winner. Because they already know who's going to win, but based on the way that the people act, that's who they're going to feed you. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is going to be, even if there is an election, they're talking about the grid possibly going down. And we've heard these rumors several times before, and nothing ever really came of it. But what I'm thinking that they're going to try to gauge the people's response to see how they're going to behave election night. Depending on the response of the people, that's who they're going to throw the dictator out there, or the winner. If people are more prone to chaos and violence, and they're on edge, then they may just put Trump in there to kind of tame the people. If people seem to be pretty tame, whatever, and they're just like whatever, because the average American, they just like whatever, they may just put Kamala in there. But regardless of it, no matter who runs Babylon the Great, same outcome: destruction, economic collapse, martial law, okay, war on American soils, blackouts, grid outages, all this shit is getting ready to happen. So let's just pray for the best. Let's I'll put it to you this way: let's pray for the worst for Babylon. Okay. So anyway, I got a couple of precepts. Wasn't gonna be a long lesson, but this is the book of 2 Esdras 8, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Because we know that this world, the 2/3 of our people, and mainly the heathen nations, they all share joint rulerships, okay? And when I say joint rulerships, I'm speaking of the heathen, because Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam, Ham, and Esau are all in power, with Esau being the top dictator. So all these nations are pretty much over Jake. The 2/3 have partaken in this wicked society by being able to run rampant and do what the hell they want to do, and be able to make mockery of the Lord's ministry. So this world is for many, because you got Jake celebrities that's rich, filthy rich, but yet the elect, we're just like going day to day, living our lives, teaching the word of the Heavenly Father, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is just like, okay, blase, blah, right? But it says, I would tell thee a similitude Edras, as when thou axest the earth, and it shall say unto thee, it give it much mud. It says, it give it much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made. But little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. So this world is for many, and the next world for few. And the next world is going to be for the elect. Now, you're going to have all the nations that's going to be there, okay, and they will be in the kingdom, but they're going to be under us, okay? Even the 2/3 of Israel, they will be in power, they will be in rulership, but they're going to be lesser illuminaries, okay? Because illuminaries just means enlightened ones, and we're going to be the illuminaries in the kingdom. Yeah, Jake going to rule, they're going to have their power, they're going to have slaves, they're going to be good, but they're not going to be nowhere near on the level we are if we remain faithful. But it says there be many created, but few shall be saved, okay? And that's the point, because when all hell break loose, the scripture said that the dead should be cast out as dung, okay? So there's going to be a lot of death here in a little while, in a short coming while, because eventually the Most High is going to say, you know what, enough is enough. My prophets have spoken these things. Nobody has taken heed. Nobody's listened. Therefore, death and destruction has to come. Because when I look around, man, it ain't nothing but a bunch of simps, cucks, demons, boss bitches, so-called boss bitches. And just a lot of wickedness going on here, man. And it's just like, damn, how long can this prevail? How long can this continue to transpire? And there's no remedy for it. You know, like the scriptures say that hope deferred make it the heart sick, you know, depressed. And we have hope that's deferred right now because we have hope. But when you think of deferred is putting something off, like a loan, right? You have a loan, and what happens is that if you want to make a deferred payment, they take the payment you missed and they put it to the back of the loan. I mean, you still have to pay it, and eventually that term will come up, but it's holding it off, okay? And we're in a deferred state right now, and it's making us sick. It's making us depressed. It's making us aggravated because out of all the shit they're talking, all hell breaking loose, blackouts come here November 6th, and then all of a sudden November 5th or whatever the hell is, November 4th, 5th, I don't know. Whenever election day is, selection day, which they already know who's going to get in there. They're just playing with you people, and you people are dumb enough to allow it. But regardless of that, let's just say that day come and go, and there's nothing that come about it. We get a president, we get a bitch in office, and then that's going to be like, okay, things appear to be back to normal, but it's not normal, you know. But it's just the fact about it is we want shit to go down now. Okay, we want to see people get their judgment now, but yet we got to wait another whole 4 years, which I doubt if America goes that long, honestly. The Apostle did the video. Empire has bottomed out after 250 years, so let's pray that's the case for America. All right, I pray that next year, January 1st, that all hell breaks loose. And I'm certain that things are going to happen because every year something happens. Like this year has been nothing but eventful from start to finish. And the thing is, we're not even out of this year yet. So this year was just basically the steps in preparation for Jacob's trouble. But hey, next year, expect more war tensions, expect the economy to do what it got to do, man. Whether it collapses or not, who knows? But expect these things to progressively get worse, and expect the tensions in the Middle East to spiral out of control. To one day, shit just gonna happen. And when it happens, it's gonna be like the cat is out of the bag now. You know, let's go down 50. This whole chapter is really good, but get the point. It says, for many great miseries should be done to them that in a latter time should dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, right? Okay, and these people are prideful as hell. You see, here people are living paycheck to paycheck, getting taxed out the ass on nickels, pennies. I mean, you getting taxed for everything. You getting taxed for breathing. You get taxed for waking up in the morning. But yet you people still have the audacity to be proud, you know? And that's the problem, because the Most High ain't touched these people yet. He ain't touched these people, man. You know? And he's getting ready to touch these people. He's getting ready to bring judgment on you people. And it can't come quick enough, man. All right? But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee, which is the elect. It says, for unto you paradise is open and the tree of life is planted. The time is come, is prepared, plentiness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom, and that's the kingdom of heaven. And in order for us to get to the kingdom, this present evil world has to pass away first. But we're waiting on that goddamn microchip. Okay, as long as the microchip is still in halt and it's still in dormant, we ain't gonna never get the fuck up out of here, man. And that's the problem. They're playing with the chip. Everybody else is pretty much ready. They're up and running out there in Israel. They basically have I was looking at a title of a video, and it was basically stating that they want to set up biometric centers out there in Israel. So it's getting close, but the fact about it is, this shit should have been here, man. They could have had this technology up 5-10 years ago. I mean, they already got the chips. They already got the products. They're already ready to do it. They're just creating the right event. And that's easy. What then you got to do is shut the grid down for about a month or two, starve people out, and dangle that shit over their head. You dangle a fucking whop over their head and saying you got to get the microchip. These people are going to go ahead over fence, because what I realize about these slow bellies in America, Babylon, they have no integrity, man. Okay, they willing to sell anybody out. They will sell you out within a dime just to feed and satisfy their own bowels, man. So it's easy to get these people chipped. You see how 75% of the people took the jab. You know, and that's another thing, too. The Mossberg pump is back. 80% mortality rate. So they can really fuck this place over if they want to. I believe they're just stalling out because they want to, you know, they want to frustrate the walk. But it's all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Ezekiel 7. And I'm going to start at verses 7, and I'm going to start at verses 5. And it says, thus says the Lord Yahweh, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And the end is come, and the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. And when you look at, you know, just like the videos and stuff, when you go down the timeline, it's all revolving around prophecy, man. You know, Eve shares dream of blackouts. What else? More evidence of the hateful racist works of Judeo-Christendom. You know, and brothers have been going into this, man. You know, brothers have been going into the end, and they've been going into the prophecies. At the same time, rebuking these false prophets. Peep this. World War III declares size U.S. prepared global conflict erupts. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we there. It's just a matter of this shit moving. And they're, you know, moving the MOTB. And that's pretty much what we're waiting on. But it's like, goddamn, how much longer are they going to stall out with it? Let's just get this shit over with. All right, I'm tired of this shit, man. This shit is going on long enough. But it says here, the morning is coming to thee, O thou that dwellest in the land, and the time is come, and the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now I will surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense thee for all thy abominations, and my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye should know that I am the Lord that smiteth. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to put the hammer to this place and to the 2/3 of his people. Okay, you 2/3 Jakes, man, you getting ready to lose. Big time, all you simps out there, you guys that be simping for these broads. You know, I be looking at sometime at the threads and shit, and I mean, Jake is cutting the fuck up, man. You know, Jake is literally just out here bad, losing, the women losing. But yet, these niggas swabbing down, you know, they're on some type of magnificent level, and yet the Lord is getting ready to judge. He's getting ready to shut this shit down. You know, what comes a time when power goes out and your children can't eat? What happens when you can't get the food or the necessary necessities to feed your children? You know, and what I realize is a lot of you women, y'all don't fucking breastfeed. Your milk gets drawn up because you're not putting the proper nutrients in your body, and the baby starves, which a baby should never starve, because as long as you got milk in your titties and you have certain herbs you can take to replenish that, the baby should never starve. But these women are so goddamn selfish to the point they'll let the breast milk dry up and feed the kid formula, and then when the kid gets up in age, they wonder why the kid has a hard time sitting still, because you fed it poison. With that formula, it has a lot of chemicals, it has metals in it. And metals in the brain is known to cause ADHD or ADD or whatever you want to call it. ADHD, attention deficit disorder, ADD, some shit like that. I don't know. All of us suffer from it to some degree. But anyway, but it says, behold the day, behold it has come. The morning is gone forth, and the rod hath blossomed. Pride has budded, and violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness, as we saw in the video. That violence is getting ready to come. They talking about this could be one of the most violent elections on record. But me personally, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because right now, people are bugging out, but where I'm at is pretty tamed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could see the tension in people, but people ain't doing shit. People just going by their day. They don't even care no more. All right, people just pretty much programmed to go to work every day and come home and do the same shit. These people ain't gonna do nothing, man. You know, something gotta really happen. Something, the grid has to go down. Food has to be touched out here. They have to bring about some type of global collapse before people ride. All right, I don't really see a civil war really breaking off if Donald Trump don't win. I mean, in some areas you may have violence and you may have tensions and shit, but I don't really see this society burning down election night. Okay, they're gonna have to come with a little bit more than just choosing a so-called candidate to run the country. I just don't see it happening because, I mean, it's worse shit than that, and yet these people still ain't do nothing about it. So the Lord, the Most High has to do it, you know. And if they've been getting away with this shit, then they can get away with anything doing to these American people. They're just slow bellies. So you can't really have faith in these people to take it there. I mean, the fact you got a legal IRS set up over you that's posing as government, Title 4D, and people are getting totally, what do you call that word? When people are getting exploited by these governments, these private corporations at that, and yet motherfuckers ain't even doing nothing about it. So I don't really see it, but we'll see. I could be wrong. But violence has risen up into a rod of wickedness, and none of them should remain, nor of their multitude, nor any of theirs, neither should there be dwelling for them, because when death comes, nobody gonna give a shit. We ain't gonna care if Jake or Keisha get put down or Esau gets put down in the streets. All right, that's no concern to us, because, I mean, at this point, we've already checked out of this place, so it's nothing to us. All right, and it says, but the time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for the wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller that should not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which should not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life, right? So all the bullshit, all the I'm getting the bag, all that craziness and fugaziness, man, look, at the end of the day, ain't none of that shit gonna matter. All right, all this Superman and Superwoman bullshit that you people think that you are, that ain't gonna mean a damn thing in the time to come. All right, don't let, what's that? Gal Gadot, whatever the fucking bitch name that plays Wonder Woman, that's gonna get a lot of you women fucked up out here because you really believe that shit. Okay, I just want to see how you respond when your economy collapses and your degrees don't mean anything no more. All that career-minded woman bull. Because see, when you put a woman in power and she has like a job of supervision over men, that really goes to their head, you know, and they really believe that they better than you. But it ain't gonna matter, all right? But it says, for the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. And this is what's going to make people tick. And he that is in the field should die with the sword. Yeah, the motherfuckers out in the country, shootouts in the country. Because in the country, you can be armed to the T out there. You know, you got a couple of acres. You know, you got a couple of miles apart between you and your neighbor's house. I mean, you could do what the hell. You could shoot on your property if you want to. You know, but it says here, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. And he that is in the field shall die by the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And this is what we waiting on, pestilence, famine. And that pestilence can come in the form of that Mossberg pump, that MARBURG-VIRUS. But it says, but they that escape of them should escape, and should be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. And all hands should be feeble, and all knees should be weak as water, and they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror should cover them, and shame should be upon all faces, and baldness upon all heads. And they should cast that silver in the streets, and that gold should be removed. Yeah, your money ain't gonna mean shit. Your bank account's through. You know, you're gonna cast out your Federal Reserve notes. It ain't gonna equate to anything. But it says here, gold should be removed, and their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They should not satisfy their soul, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So that bag ain't gonna mean nothing in a little while. All you jigs that probably, I'm getting the bag, okay. Like I always say, you're gonna be put in that bag too. You know, but anyway, with that, I'm gonna end it, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashimi Yahweh Shai. Lord's will you edify to the next lesson.